Hey guys, and welcome to the start of another reading vlog. Today is Wednesday the 17th and it's about 12 o'clock and I just had some lunch, just filmed an unhaul video, so I thought it would be a good time to start my reading vlog. And another reason is because I finished a book yesterday. I finished Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel, and I'm going to have that review up hopefully soon. It was great. And I'm kind of debating on what book I want to start next. I am still reading Lord of Chaos. That is book 6 in the Wheel of Time series. I'm about 75% of the way through, but it is slow going, so it's not a book that I particularly want to focus on in this vlog. I do want to start something else. And I said at the beginning of June that I was going to participate in the Make Your Myth Taker Readathon, which I do, but some of those prompts, I'm just having trouble finding books that I want to read that fulfill those prompts. One of them being a book that incorporates water because my character was a pirate. I said that I was going to read Treasure Island. I'm just not feeling like reading Treasure Island right now, which is ridiculous because it's 200 pages. I could knock this out in a day. Maybe I'll do it over the weekend. I don't know. But I'm just not really feeling like reading Treasure Island right now, and I don't want to start A Conjuring of Light, the third book in the Shades of Magic trilogy, till I'm done with Lord of Chaos, because those are two really big fantasy books. So I'm thinking about starting something a bit lighter. I was thinking about starting the Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner. This is a book I got recently. I talked about it in my most recent book haul. It is an adult historical fiction, and it takes place after World War II, where all of these people come together to refurbish and rebuild Jane Austen's house. And it's only about 300 pages, and I think it's a debut novel. So I think I'll be able to read this very quickly and kind of help me through some of this more dense fantasy that I'm reading. And then I did want an audiobook to read as well. I did look up to see if the audiobook was available for this, and there was like 45 people waiting. So I'm not going to get the audiobook anytime soon. So I was also craving a YA fantasy, and I love YA fantasy. I have so much YA fantasy on my shelf to choose from, and I think I'm going to go with An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, because the fourth book comes out, I think, in the fall, and I want to get caught up on the series before the fourth book comes out. And I've heard so many good things about it. People absolutely love this series, and I've never read it, and the audiobook was available at my library, so I checked it out, and I think I'm going to go with this one. I got this book several years ago at like a gift exchange we did at work. I got a Barnes & Noble gift card, I think it was, and I bought this with it. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this because it's been highly anticipated since I've owned it. So I think I'm going to take a break from the Make Your Myth Taker Readathon to read these two books. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So like I said, it's around lunchtime, and I just did a book on haul video. I'm going to go ahead here. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I have that crate that I need to take to Second & Charles to see if I can get some store credit for it. And I was kind of thinking about buying the new Hunger Games book. I was going to wait until my library opened up and I was going to check it out at the library, but they have been closed for months because of COVID-19, and I don't even have the ebook, audiobook, nothing's available. It's like their system has just frozen. And I kind of want to pick it up, so I'm going to see how much store credit I can get maybe for those used books and put it towards the Hunger Games novel. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. I think I'm going to get a Starbucks coffee, and I will talk to you guys when I get back. Hey guys, so it is a little bit later. It is now 2:16 on Wednesday, and I went ahead to Second & Charles, and they actually bought my entire crate of books. They took all the books, which was really awesome because I don't like when they don't take some of them and then I have to find homes for them. It's nice just to get it unhauled in one shot. And they gave me a store credit, so I was able to buy A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I really wasn't planning on buying this, but I have the Hunger Games in hardback, so I was just going to add it to my collection. So I'm really glad to have this. I'm not going to read it in this vlog. I'm thinking about doing that for next week's vlog. There's Grayson. So stay tuned for that. But I'm very excited to add it to my collection. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start the Jane Austen Society, which is this book here. It's an adult, ooh, matches my shirt. It's an adult historical fiction, and I think I'll be able to get it done quickly. I feel like this is just a repeat of last week's vlog. So Grayson is like 16 weeks, and he, I think, was separated from his mom too early, so sometimes he acts like he's suckling. And I've read that Siamese cats, like, it takes longer for them to stop this habit, but eventually he will. But yeah, when he wants attention, that's what he does. So I'm gonna hold my very needy cat while I start reading the Jane Austen Society, and it's actually perfect because it's really stormy out. Not really stormy, but really cloudy out, so I was looking out the window, and it actually started raining when I was driving, so it's just a perfect, like, sit, comfy reading day. So I will check back in with you guys when I read, like, the first 25 or 50 pages of the Jane Austen Society. So I'm kind of in the mood to bake some muffins. I'm gonna make some banana chocolate chip muffins. I have some bananas that are about to go bad, and I want to use them before they get bad. And there's this recipe in this cookbook I have that was written by Gwyneth Paltrow, and it's for sweet potato muffins, and it's like a gluten-free, sugar-free sweet potato muffin, and I have substituted the sweet potato with the bananas before, and it comes out really, really good. I don't use gluten-free flour because I personally don't need to, and the recipe doesn't use like white bleach sugar. It uses maple syrup instead, so it's not like a sugar-free muffin, but it's a healthier version of sugars in the muffins. And I put the chocolate chips in, so I'm kind of like defeating the purpose of sugar-free muffins, but I'm gonna go bake those. They're super easy to make, and it takes about, I think, 20 minutes to cook. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I make them. Thursday now, and it is 1:23 in the afternoon, and I haven't really done an update since last night. I didn't really have anything too much update you with last night, but I did start, excuse the mess in the background, the Jane Austen Society yesterday, and I got a decent amount read last night. I think I read about 80 pages, and then I read some this morning. So I'm currently on chapter 11, page 112, and it's a fairly short book, so I'm about a third of the way through. But I just wanted to update you guys with a little information about it. So the whole first part of the book, the first 80 to 100 pages, was all getting to know the characters, because in this book we are introduced to a ton of different characters who all share this common love of Jane Austen. So we have a farmer, we have a teacher, we have a doctor, we have a Hollywood movie star, and we're just basically learning their backstories and how they came to know Jane Austen and love her. And just at the end of chapter 10 was when the people of this small town in England where Jane Austen lived decided that they need to take initiative and restore her house that she lived in. So we just got to that point of the story. So I am liking it so far. Historical fiction can be a genre that I really love, and other historical fiction I just can't get into. So I am finding this a bit slow, but still interesting enough to keep reading. And it's a very easy read and quick read, which is why I want to finish it. And there are just so many Jane Austen allusions, and there are literary discussions about different Jane Austen novels and different scenes from novels and characters, and some of which I'm not familiar with and some of which I am. So if you really, really love Jane Austen, I definitely recommend this book, because obviously the author is a big fan as well, and you can totally tell that in their writing. Another thing is this book has, like, the end pages are really pretty. They're little, I guess, silhouettes of Jane Austen. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's a really pretty book, very aesthetically pleasing. But I did go ahead and film a video this morning. So yesterday I reached my 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube, and I am just absolutely awed and thrilled and excited to continue my YouTube journey with you guys. And it's just been so much fun, and all of you are awesome, and I love talking to you and watching your videos. So just thank you to all of those who have subscribed to my channel and are subscribed. But like I said, it's about 1:30, and I'm gonna go ahead and make some beef stew in the slow cooker, so we'll have something to eat around like 6ish, 5ish, 6ish, something like that. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm going to read some more of the Jane Austen Society. Hey guys, so I wanted to check in with you. Today is Friday and it's late. It is about 6:05 p.m. and the reason that I haven't checked in with you all today is that I actually went to Ikea. Ikea is not close by to where I live. It's a day trip, and they've been closed because of COVID-19. So they finally reopened, and I went and bought another bookcase for my books, the one that broke, so I can go ahead and put all of my overflow fantasy, historical fiction, contemporary, and classics on that shelf. So hopefully we'll go ahead and get it built tomorrow or on Sunday. And if you want, I can go ahead and film me organizing that bookshelf. So I'm super excited to have that back. But I did make good progress today. I finished the Jane Austen Society by Natalie Jenner, and it was a good read. I enjoyed it. It definitely is a very character-driven story. Not a lot happens plot-wise, and the little bit that does happen is towards the end, and it is very quickly rushed through. But this is a book that focuses on a whole bunch of different people, most of them from this one small town in England, and they try to find a way to restore one of Jane Austen's residences. And there's a whole bunch of political, not so much political, but legal tape that they have to go through and things like that. And all of these characters are dealing with some sort of trauma or grief in their life. It takes place right after World War II ended, so a lot of people lost family in World War II, and they're learning how to deal with their grief and I guess Jane Austen's experiences and books, and all of that brings them together in this common cause to refurbish her home and open a museum dedicated to her, brings all of these people together and kind of gives them life again, and they learn more about each other and open themselves up to love and relationships. And like I said, it's definitely a very character-driven book, and I liked it. So if you are a Jane Austen fan, I highly would recommend this. And it was kind of interesting because in the back of the book there is like a historical note by the author, and I really suggest reading this because it's only a couple paragraphs, but I found it really interesting because it talks about how while the places in the book are real, all of the characters and names that she mentioned in this story are fake, and it does discuss Jane Austen's lineage, which is the Knight family. And it's interesting because she does mention the actual Jane Austen Society that was developed, and it does mention the museum that is currently in this small town in England. So I definitely suggest, if you read this book, to read those history notes because I found it really interesting. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start reading An Ember in the Ashes, which is around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. Like I said, I did get the audiobook from my library, so I think I'm gonna start listening to it on audio before jumping into the text. But yeah, definitely felt good to finish 2 books this week, and I think that's all for now, so I will update you guys soon. Hey guys, so today is Saturday and it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, so I thought it was a good time to close out this reading vlog. So I did build the new bookcase that we got from Ikea, and I will put the clip of me organizing my bookshelf right after this so you can see how I organize my shelves. And I did start reading An Ember in the Ashes. I started the audiobook of this and I've only gotten about 50 pages in, so I don't really have a huge opinion about it. All I know is that Sabaa Tahir immediately started with the action, like immediately. There was like an inciting instant and no exposition, so she just jumped right into that action. But as the story is going on, we're slowly getting more backstory. And like I said, I started the audiobook on this, and the male audio narrator is the same one from Muse of Nightmares, which I read last month. So as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, oh, Muse of Nightmares again. So yeah, you know you're a reader when you start recognizing different audio narrators. So I'm definitely going to try and finish this in the next couple days, but I'm just going to go ahead and close out this week's reading vlog, and I will see you guys soon in another one. Goodbye.